Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. And why is it special? Well, last night we saw the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history. And Shaun, following that, the markets are showing a huge comeback today. But what does it mean? Well, you're never out of it. Take one step at a time. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. And on that effect, Shaun, what are you seeing and doing out there right now?
Greg, the markets are tough. They're up and down all over the place. The volume's dried up a bit again in the small cap world, and it's hard to make a buck. There's still quite a few placements. But Greg, yesterday when I was watching the basketball with you, we saw amazing things can happen.
That's right.
Now, I was going for the Spurs and you were going for the Knicks. We don't seem to follow the same sport teams at all, but I've never seen you react like that.
Well, everybody, before we get over to the screens, I just want to show one more thing. Shaun, I'm sorry to say, but it will be insufferable for you if the Knicks do win.
Game 5 in Spurs in San Antonio. I can't wait. Knicks are going to get. All right, Greg, let's take a look at the screens. Now, let's start with this placement for Killy Resources. Greg, you follow Killy, don't you?
Yes, Shaun, and I like when companies make an acquisition along with a capital raise because it gets people excited about the future, and stock picking is all about the future.
That's right, and look at that chart. It has gone up from 4 cents a couple of months ago. Greg, why didn't you tell me about it back then?
I wish I knew myself.
Now, Greg, take a look at this one, DXN. They went up about 10 times because they're in the drones, and that's what's getting people excited. They took advantage of that. Smart by the company. They raised money, I think, at 13 cents. It was a $7 million raise. And, awesome that they can get that away at such a high price.
Shaun, how do you trade stocks like this that are really crazy?
I don't.
Okay.
Not this one. Maybe I was in and out once or twice on the up, but after they get this high, you've got to be really careful. They've held up really well. So those that have traded it have obviously made some good money. Now, a little bit concerned about this one, TZL. They raised money at 3 cents yesterday, and they've gone into suspension.
Oh.
So either that means they can't raise, or they're just getting they can't get the raise away. It was only $1 million. It was pretty illiquid. You can probably see that by the chart. But yeah. Good luck. Hopefully they can sort it all out. Yeah. Now, crazy movements this week in 14D. It's been a crazy performer 2 months ago. They're in that drone space as well, which, as we know, is getting a lot of traders excited. Now, in my opinion, and I'm not giving any advice, this is a lot of hot air. And yesterday they announced that they've entered the Ukraine drone market.
Okay.
So I don't know much about that, but investors bought this one up yesterday to 12.5 cents on open. So if we look at it yesterday, it opened to 12 cents, went to 12.5, and then it pretty much halved during the day. So much hot money came into the stock, and a lot of the hot money came out. Now, this one I have traded before, but I wouldn't be holding. No advice, of course. The Ukrainian drone market could be the next big thing. But it's up today. They have, they're a bit like a yo-yo, aren't they, Greg?
Shaun, do you notice these companies that when they do put out, pre-announce a good result, the share prices tend to open very strong and then sell off throughout the day?
Yes and no. It just depends on what's factored into the company before they make the announcement. It's really hard to trade stocks straight out of an announcement, as we saw yesterday. Companies have got a lot factored in, so you may put in a good announcement and it could have opened down at 7 cents or vice versa. So it all depends on the market's expectations.
Right.
Now, another great performer has been WCN. If you take a look at this one, they've got quite a bit of cash now, and they're in that copper space, and they've had some high grade copper discovery And yeah, I mean, it's moved up about 50% in the last week, and that's not a bad performance, is it, Greg?
Nope, and I believe that John Hancock also is a large holder.
Oh, yeah, Johnny, should let us know when you bought in. All right, let's take a look at Lovato,
Yes.
LRV. They did a placement to Glencore this week, didn't they, Greg?
Yeah, sure. Not only did they do a placement, but they also took over another company as well. And it's interesting to see that they did a script takeover and did a capital raise at the same time. Clearly, they are strengthening their balance sheet to going forward for the next year and a half or so.
Now, I remember looking at Hammer Metals a couple of weeks ago at 3 cents, and unfortunately, I didn't buy, but I think the takeover is at 6 cents a share.
That's right.
So usually, if the market doesn't see another opportunity for a higher takeover, they trade with a discount, and then we'll trade up closer to the time of the takeover.
Correct, Shaun.
Now let's take a look at AT4, the old Trig, TGM. This one hit 22 cents early in the year, and unfortunately has gone down. And Timony was the really hot area early in the year, last year as well, and it's died down a bit, hasn't it, Greg?
Yep, Shaun, and they did a placement. Unfortunately, I got caught in this capital raise.
Unfortunately, yesterday's winners are not always today's winners.
Okay.
Yeah, not so good there. Now, an IPO this week, amazing IPO, BST Borside.
Yeah.
Well done to CPS. They did an amazing job there. 20-cent IPO.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's also in that drone.
That is right there. And
area.
well done, Jason. You had this one. You had K-Tech. Very, very well done in that space.
Amazing. 3.5 times up on open. Do you think it'll hold there, Greg?
No.
All right. OPT. They hit the boards again this week, unfortunately, after being suspended for a long time.
Yes.
We did mention this about a year ago, and investors lost a lot of money on this.
They did, Shaun, including me. And when you have these phase 3 discoveries, they are very binary events. And so for investors out there, you have to know what you're signing up for.
So they were trading at 60 cents before. And let's just take a look at that 10-year chart, because it did go up a lot.
Yes.
It's $3.30, and a lot of smart investors,
that's right,
which proved to be not that smart in the end, were stuck holding this. And I mean, that's what happens, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, bad things can happen to companies in the ASX, and bad things can happen to the New York Knicks. Greg, it's gonna. I reckon that Spurs are going to win in 7. It's going to be really exciting. I can't wait for Sunday. As soon as the Spurs get up, I'm coming over to your house, and we're going to give you a lot of shit for what you did yesterday.
And everybody, Shaun, is dreaming.
All right, everyone, have a great weekend. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye-bye.